Have you ever found yourself standing still, not because life isn't moving, but because you don't know which direction to take? It's as if the horizon stretches infinitely, and yet the path forward is unclear. Decisions weigh heavy, and the sense of uncertainty lingers. Here's the paradox. We live in a world full of choices, yet most of us feel trapped, unable to see past the immediate or mundane. But what if I told you that there's a hidden rhythm to life? A code that, when deciphered, reveals not only how to move forward, but how to do so with wisdom and purpose. This isn't about quick fixes or external solutions. It's about turning inward, cultivating a consciousness that acts as both guide and compass. Wisdom isn't given, it's cultivated through intentional living. But there's a secret to unlocking this wisdom. It starts with belief. Not blind faith, but a deliberate, conscious belief that without it, reasoning becomes cold calculation, imagination mere fantasy, and prudence a restrictive code. But with belief, these pillars come alive, harmonizing into a compass that guides us through the labyrinth of existence. So how do we begin? It starts with a willingness to see beyond the obvious and delve into the essence of what it means to truly live. And the first step is to understand the role of reasoning in shaping our path forward. Reasoning is often seen as the hallmark of intelligence, but in truth, it is so much more. It is the ability to see the world as it is, not as we wish it to be, and to engage with reality in a way that illuminates rather than distorts. When we reason, we are not merely solving problems, we are seeking clarity, but clarity is not always comfortable. It demands that we question our assumptions, confront our biases, and be willing to stand in the uncomfortable light of truth. To reason is to have the courage to use our own understanding, to step beyond the confines of inherited beliefs and embrace the vast, uncharted territory of the mind. But reasoning is not just an intellectual exercise, it is deeply practical. Imagine standing at the crossroads of a major life decision. Reasoning helps us weigh the facts, analyze the outcomes, and make a choice that aligns with our values and goals. It is the process of navigating complexity with a clear head and an open mind. Yet, reasoning alone cannot carry us forward. If we rely solely on logic, we risk losing the wonder, the beauty, and the creativity that give life its depth and meaning. This is where imagination steps in, not as an escape from reality, but as a way to see it anew. While reasoning grounds us in truth, imagination lifts us into possibility. It is the lens through which we see the beauty and interconnectedness of all things. Without imagination, life becomes mechanical, stripped of wonder and creativity. Imagination is not just about dreaming or fantasizing, it is about seeing with the eyes of the heart. It allows us to perceive the beauty in a raindrop, the symmetry in a spider's web, the silent poetry of a single tree standing against the wind. Albert Einstein, a master of both logic and wonder, once said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination encircles the world." Think of the great works of art, literature, and music that have inspired humanity for centuries. These are not mere products of technical skill. They are the fruits of imagination. They remind us of the infinite potential within us to create, to transform, and to see the world through a lens of beauty and possibility. Imagination also fosters empathy. It allows us to step into another's shoes, to feel their joys and sorrows, and to recognize the shared humanity that binds us all. In this way, imagination becomes a bridge, connecting us not only to others but to the greater mysteries of existence. But imagination, like reasoning, must be guided. Without direction, it can lead us astray into illusions and fantasies that have no grounding in reality. This is where the principle of prudence becomes essential. Prudence is perhaps the most overlooked of the virtues, yet it is the one that ties everything together. It is the art of applying knowledge and insight in a way that aligns with truth, beauty, and goodness. Cicero called prudence the mother of all virtues, and for good reason. Prudence is not just about caution or restraint. It is about foresight, judgment, and the ability to act with wisdom. It is what transforms knowledge into action and imagination into impact. Think of a sailor navigating a stormy sea. Reasoning provides the map, imagination sees the destination, but prudence steers the ship. It is the principle that ensures we stay on course, even when the waters are rough. In practical terms, prudence is about making choices that are aligned with our highest values. It's about understanding the consequences of our actions and choosing paths that lead to growth, harmony, and integrity. Prudence also teaches us patience. In a world that demands instant gratification, prudence reminds us that some of the most meaningful rewards come from long-term commitment and perseverance. It is the wisdom to wait when necessary and to act when the time is right. But prudence is not just about individual decisions. It is about cultivating a way of being. It is the practice of living with intention, of aligning our actions with the deeper truths and values that guide us. When reasoning, imagination, and prudence come together, they form a symphony, a harmonious blend that guides us toward true wisdom. Reasoning illuminates the path, imagination reveals the beauty along the way, and prudence ensures that we walk the path with integrity and purpose. Looking forward in life is not about predicting the future or avoiding uncertainty. It is about embracing the journey with open eyes and an open heart. It is about trusting that life itself is a teacher, and that every challenge, every joy, every moment holds the potential for growth and transformation. As we conclude, let me leave you with this. Wisdom is not a destination, it is a way of being. It is the practice of seeing, feeling, and acting with clarity, creativity, and compassion. And it begins always with belief that life is meaningful and that we are capable of transformation. So, take the first step. Cultivate reasoning, awaken imagination, practice prudence. And as you do, you will find that looking forward is no longer a question of uncertainty, but an act of hope.